pay less, charge more, or go under. And what do I mean by go under? I mean go out of business. I'm Emily Benson, and I am the founder of Stylish and Successful and author of the Ultimate Boutique Handbook, your guide for starting a retail-based business. I am really excited to talk about this topic. I am seeing this happen over and over and over and over. I am seeing too many women not ask for what they believe they deserve, or I'm seeing them get kind of run over and railroaded by their business. So I want to talk to you more, about why this is so important. So let me fix this. Okay. I have a tripod. And it works except for when it doesn't work. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to share this in my groups. So I have 2 Facebook groups. If you're not in them, I invite you to join them. All you have to do is request access. And the way you can request access is by typing in the search bar above, look for I Do What I Want Club for Entrepreneurs. That group is for women who have service or product-based businesses and want motivation, want tips, tricks, all that stuff. Find me in there. I Do What I Want Club for Entrepreneurs. If you have a mobile boutique, a brick and mortar boutique, or you are interested in learning more about how to start one of those kinds of businesses, I invite you to join my group called the Fashion Truck Tribe. And the Fashion Truck Tribe is a group based on my last business, which was called the Fashion Truck. Google it. And you will be able to learn more about how to start a boutique business, especially brick and mortar. We have a lot of brick and mortar and mobile people in there. But if you're here for entrepreneurial inspiration, welcome. I really highly suggest you join my group, I Do What I Want Club. My mantra has always and will always be, I do what I want, including right now. Someone asked on my last video from last night, did you move? Sort of. I sort of moved. Greg and I now live kind of indefinitely on the road. We have sold pretty much everything in our lives, and we now travel to wherever we want. So we do what we want. We travel to where we want. And in that way, I'm living the lifestyle that I really, truly enjoy living, traveling, exploring new cities, meeting lots of great people. Right now we're in Denver, Colorado. The Mile High City is kind of kicking my butt. I've been pretty sick for the past couple days with altitude sickness, so I apologize if I haven't gotten back to you. It's been a struggle to just be a person here. And tomorrow we're leaving for California. We're headed to Palm Springs, California. So if you're in Palm Springs, let me know, send me a message, comment below. I would love to meet up with you and see you in Palm Springs. So why this topic? Why pay less, charge more, or go under? Here's the reason. If you have a product-based business, the only way you're going to make money in your business is by selling that product. Okay? So I want to talk more about why it's so important to sell more of that product and to sell it at the right price. So if you watch me, I think 2 weeks ago, I did a video. If you haven't seen it, scroll down on this page. I did a video called Why Being Sold Out is Terrible, Why You Should Never Brag About Being Sold Out. Because if you're sold out of something, that means something in your formula is wrong. So either you're charging too little, or perhaps you didn't buy enough of the item for the demand that it's expecting. But the bottom line is that if you have a product-based business, again, the only way you are going to make money is by selling that product. So if you have a metric off in your data, meaning your metrics are off, so you're either paying too much, you're charging too little, you're not selling enough, maybe you're not selling through it quick enough, some kind of metric is off. And I find this a lot with women who come to me and they say, I feel like I'm making a lot of money. I feel like I'm selling a lot, my sales are really great, but there's no money in the bank. There's no money in the bank. Hi, Melanie. Thank you. Good to see you here. So the reason I find so many women you know, that equation is true for them, they don't have any money in the bank, is because the difference between their cost and their retail is completely off. This applies to you also if you have a wholesale business. So if you're creating the product, this also applies to you. If you are buying product and then reselling it, also applies to you. So the metrics, if you ever watch Shark Tank, if you ever watch The Profit, you should know these numbers, right? The hard part is implementing them into our own business. So often we find that we don't want to charge too much, or the one thing that that's been coming across with a few clients that I've been working with lately is they want to be really affordable. Or they want to work with people or sell to people that are conscious of the price. Okay, like I get it. I get that you want to have an affordable business. In my retail business called The Fashion Truck, I had a brick and mortar and a mobile retail store and e-commerce. Nothing in my store was over $100. That's pretty affordable, right? Now, does that mean that everything was $99? No, the majority of my items, my sweet spot was really between $45 and $50, right? That was my AUR, my average retail. And so with that price point of $45, like, you know, anyone could go into a store and expect to spend $45 on something, or combined, you know, maybe 2 pieces of accessories. Small accessories equal $45. So you want to be really, really conscious of the language you're using around money and the thoughts and ideas that you have around money, because that's going to affect really what you're charging and what you're paying for things. So I've run across it all. I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of entrepreneurs at this point. I've run my own 6-figure business. I've run companies, $25 million businesses. And the bottom line is that across all of these businesses, one thing rings true. It's a retail standard. It's a metric that we all need to be super careful about. It is the difference between our wholesale cost and our retail price. If those two things don't have, and I physically do this because I'm a visual person. So if your margin is here, if the difference between your cost and your price is just here, you're not going to make enough money. You're not going to be able to cover your overhead. You're not going to be able to pay yourself. You're not going to be able to grow your business, which don't we all want to grow our business, right? You know, one of the things, because I was charging enough in my business, I was able to do was I was able to open that brick and mortar store that I wanted to open because I had the money to fund it. You should be in no way needing to ask for money to grow your business. Whether it's through a crowdfunding source, whether it's through taking out more money from the bank, you should be able, if you have a product-based business, to self-fund any kind of growth that you have, if you're doing the math the right way, okay? If you're charging enough for your products, if you're paying as little as possible for your products, right? So let's talk about that, paying as little as possible. I'm going to take a sip of water. Thanks for everyone who's joining me. If you're here, I can't see who's here. I can see there's viewers, but type who you are, where you're from, so I can say hi to you. I love to like make this more personal, so I'm not just talking to myself on the screen. So let me know where you're from. Just type it in the comments below. I'd love to say hi to you. I'm Emily. Hey, Ashley. Hi, Ashley. 2 Ashleys, both from totally different places. Hi, Lorena. Ashley from California, where we're headed. Melanie, awesome. So thanks for staying on, guys. So let's talk about another problem I see women having. Stacy, hey girl from Louisiana, working on your truck. Awesome. New Hampshire, Baltimore, love it, love it. We've got people from all over. It's still light out here. I'm in Denver still. I've been in Denver for a week. And it's weird to adjust to the time zone. I'm usually Eastern Standard. I've been Eastern Standard for like ever. So I'm still adjusting. So, okay, so let's talk about the opposite. Let's talk about what happens when you're paying too much for your goods. So I've run across this quite a few times where I talk to entrepreneurs, and even clients, and they'll say to me, well, but I really love that product. I really want to carry it in my store. Or I really love the quality of that t-shirt from my t-shirt line. I really love it. I really need to use it. But when we do the math and we backtrack, it's too expensive. It's too expensive for the price they want to charge. Now, what happens there? What happens there is that you can do one of two things. You can negotiate a lower cost, right? So whether that's like a bulk discount, if you're buying, like I said, blank t-shirts, something like that. If you're buying products from a vendor that really likes you, maybe you negotiate a discount if you order a little bit more, or you promote them on your social media page, something like that. So if you can get that price down, that's awesome. So that's what I mean by when I say pay less. So if you can pay less for something that's a hard good, a supply that you need for your business, especially if you're reselling it, that's going to be great, right? So paying less for your products is super helpful. On the flip side, charging more, right? This is something, and I just had a conversation with a friend about this. She's in her 9-to-5, she's in sales, and for her, it's not about charging more, it's about asking for more for her salary, right? For her baseline salary. And so we were talking about why the hell, I was like, women don't ask for more money. If you were a man and you went into that situation, you'd be like, oh yeah, I want more money. I want more time off. I want some days home, right? We feel so bad. We feel like, well, we should be nice, or, don't have emotions. We're fine. We're fine just not making enough money, right? But I'm here to tell you, fine is no longer okay. Fine doesn't pay the bills. Fine doesn't grow your business. Fine puts you out of business. Period. If you think you're fine with not making money, then you're in the wrong place. That's not how I roll. I am not fine making enough money. I am not fine asking for less. My prices are what they are because I believe that's what I'm worth, right? And you're worth it too. At the end of the day, that's a whole nother mindset conversation, but we are worth a certain amount. And especially fine is not fine, Ashley, right? Fine is not fine. And here's the thing. If you sell a product, it's the math, right? You don't even have to look at it as being yourself or your beliefs or anything like that. It's straight up math. It's straight up saying, this is the cost that I paid. This is the cost that it's worth to my ideal client. And there's that chunk of money that's going to be able to pay me, that's going to be able to help me buy more inventory, that's going to help me grow my business, that's going to pay my overhead, right? You have things to pay for in your business if you're a product-based business. If you're a service-based business, do I think you should charge what you're worth? Yeah, of course I do, because there's other equity involved, right? There's other equity. So, there's a reason. I'll give you an example in my own life, right? I wrote a book last year. It's called The Ultimate Boutique Handbook. It's available on Amazon.com or iBooks, right? And when I did the math for how much time I spent in equity, right? In all of this time I had spent in terms of 12 years working in the retail business, whether it was someone else's or my own, my 4-year college degree, and all the experience I've had. I was saying to someone today, my sister, I've had all these phone, the days where you talk to everyone in your life. Today was that day for me. I was saying to her, it's crazy because I look at myself and I felt like I've been through it all. I've dissolved business partnerships. I've had to restart my business from scratch. I've opened business. I've closed businesses. I've had to deal with insurance. I've had to deal with what happened. When I was at Abercrombie, we had something get shipped and everything had lead in it and we couldn't sell it. 4,200 pieces of merchandise we couldn't sell. That's a huge problem, right? But I've been through that. I know how to deal with it from a financial standpoint, from a marketing standpoint, from every angle that you have to deal with it with, right? So I said to her, I was like, one of the things I thought about when I was pricing my book was, okay, yeah, it's 88 pages, but that has 12 years times 12 to 15 hours a day of me working my buns off in my business, right? I'm seeing more of these buying groups in my area. Oh, buying groups. Yeah, I just heard about that. Buying groups aren't going to hurt boutiques. Don't worry about it. Buying groups no, don't worry about it. Buying groups are totally different. So what I was saying is that my book, right, I wanted to charge $9.99 for it because that was at a Kindle rate, that was going to make me the most amount of money. I know a lot of people that go out there and say why, I've had people say, why isn't your Kindle $2.99? That's the normal price for a Kindle book. Well, you know what? My Kindle book has like a lot of my experience in it, and it's helped hundreds of entrepreneurs. I've helped hundreds of entrepreneurs start their businesses, run their businesses, grow their businesses. And so to me, that's worth $10, right? Like I know someone who put out a book on a similar way and they charged $49 for it. And I'm like, should I raise my price? Like, I think I might raise my price. Coming soon. So get my book now. No, just kidding. But kind of not kidding. You know, I've thought of ways to enhance my book, grow that part of my business. But the thing is that if you don't charge enough in your business and you don't sell enough, thanks Ashley, then you're never going to be able to grow your business, right? So it's not about necessarily inventory. It's not necessarily about where you're going, where you're selling. It's really all about how much you're charging. So if you can pay less and charge more, that's going to be the best situation regardless of what kind of product-based business you have, right? And so for me, like, I want to express to you guys, you know, one of the things like my coach talked about, Ashley McHatton was there actually. Ashley experienced, like, my coach said to me, she was like, why aren't you telling more people that they're going to go out of business? And I was like, well, I don't want to be mean, right? I went back to that like, well, it's fine. It's fine. And she was like, no, but like you truly have the answers to help women fix their business and make sure they don't go out of business. So why aren't you telling more people, right? Shouldn't a boutique strive for higher end pricing as opposed to affordable? Yes, absolutely. And higher end depends on where you are, for sure. There's like some regional stuff happening in there. But I definitely think boutique, like I know for me, when I had my brick and mortar store, a lot of people wouldn't even come into my store because they thought it was expensive because I had boutique on it. And they would come in and they'd be like, wow, these prices are really reasonable. So reasonable, like, so expensive, inexpensive, cheap, reasonable, affordable, like they're kind of interchangeable, but all that stuff. Ashley, your margin talk was a wake-up call. She came home and changed everything. Woo, woo, woo. Go Ashley. Go Ashley. I love that. Oh my God. Yeah, I gave a whole, it was a pretty short talk, but I talked about margins and I talked about like, here's the deal. And this is what this whole live stream is about is if you aren't charging enough for your products, if you aren't charging enough for your services, how are you gonna have a business next year? Like I'm looking at right now, like one of the reasons I launched my 6-figure blueprint program, which I'll post in the comments below, is because I see us with 90 days left in 2016. I did that too. Yeah, here's the thing. People are making actionable changes with things I'm giving away for free. Can you imagine the difference with working with me? So if you worked with me, the difference would be you'd buy the car that you wanted in 3 months, like one of my clients did. You would be having 10K, 20K, 30K months, like all of my clients have, right? Like this is why I help people. This is why I consult, because I want to help you make more money. And I know everything there is to being able to get into your business and help you make that more money. Right? So I've given away tons for free. I've given away a ton in my book. But if you worked with me, that's a whole nother difference. And that's why I'm committed to only working with women who are ready to step up their game, who are ready to take it to the next level, who aren't scared of what's going to happen. Yeah, Lorena's in. Lorena's working with me. I'm so friggin' excited. We talked today. They've got a lot of good things going on in their business. I can't wait to dig in even deeper. And that's the difference, is Lorena has said, I've learned so much from you. I've read your book. I know you can help me even more. And that's what my 6-figure blueprint is about. So my 6-figure blueprint starts on Monday. It's an 8-week program. It's going to be absolutely freaking incredible. We have weekly group calls. We have entire tutorial lessons. If you don't know how to run Facebook ads, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. I have video tutorials all about how to do that. If you don't know about... what else are we talking about? We're talking about time and money management, right? So if you're working in your business, if you're steaming clothes, if you're hanging clothes, if you're shipping things, no more. CEOs don't ship things. CEOs don't steam things. This 6-figure blueprint is for the woman who is ready to step into the role of being a CEO in her product-based business. period. The women that are already in that group, I'm so freaking excited about because they are all so ready to step into that role of being CEO. And if you're not ready, that's fine. I totally get it. Some people just aren't ready at this point. But I will tell you, the timing on this program couldn't be perfect. It couldn't be more perfect. In the next 90 days, you have to make a choice. Because once January 1st hits, let me tell you, 9 times out of 10, most product-based businesses, they're going like this. And then January hits and they go like this, right? So the reason I'm doing this program for the next 8 weeks, it's going to go for 60 of the last 90 days of 2016, is because 2017 is going to look very different for the people that are in my group than it is for everyone else who hasn't signed up for it. And like I said, as Ashley McCatton saw here in Denver, this is not me being mean. This is not me being a jerk about like, wow, your business is going to go out. This is me saying like, I have years and years and years and years of experience. Even just since I started my business 5 years ago, my brick and mortar and mobile, do you know how many businesses I've seen come and go? Do you know how many women I've seen be like, I'm going to be the best store, blah, blah, blah. And then in a year, they're gone. There's a reason for that. There's a reason. They don't know how to run their business. And again, I'm not saying that to be mean. Like, I don't want to stay here and sound like a jerk, but I'm sitting here saying, I know a shit ton of stuff about how to run a retail store. When I was 22, I was in charge of a $25 million department. We had 163 stores across the United States. 163 stores, right? So like, I know a thing or two. If you come from a background of like nursing or sales or marketing or teachers, like awesome. I love that you want to open a boutique. I love that you've dreamed of having a boutique your entire life, and like good freaking for you for going for it. But there's a lot of things that you don't know. And the things you don't know are the things that are going to be coming to bite you in the ass and that are going to put your business out of business. So all this work you've done to build your business, get it off the ground, get it started, I just don't want to see that disappear. And that's it. I want you to have a thriving business. I want you to have multiple locations. I want you to be selling online while you're sleeping. And the best thing, like, you know, Ashley runs in service-based circles like I do, Ashley McCatton. And she's an amazing photographer, P.S., if anyone needs a photographer. When you run in service-based businesses, you realize that people so quickly go away. People so quickly get in their own way. They so quickly don't know how to roll with the waves that come being an entrepreneur. And at the end of the day, being an entrepreneur is a special thing. I consider it to be absolutely incredible that I'm still here 5 years later after starting my business. Theoretically, I should be out of business, or I should have failed based on national statistics, right? But I'm still here. And there's a reason for that. There's lots of really good reasons for that. They sell themselves out of business. Yeah, that's a whole mindset play, right? You sell yourself out of the business. I love the way you said that. You sell yourself out of the business. You know, I talked to someone recently and, you know, they were having a great run in their business. They were doing really well in their boutique business. And then something happened and they kind of got off track. And they said, I think I need to start from scratch. And I was like, no, you don't. No, stop. You don't need to start from scratch. If you have a business up and running, there's nowhere you need to start from scratch. What you need to do is figure out how to take it to the next level. And sometimes that means working with a coach. Sometimes that means going to the Small Business Association and asking for a mentor. You know, sometimes that means investing in yourself in a Brendon Burchard course, or learning about social media from Chalene Johnson, or taking my 6-figure blueprint, right? There are people that have done what you're doing, and they've done it better, and they've done it faster, and they've already figured out all the stuff. You know, I say to most of my one-on-one clients when they sign up with me, I'm like, you know, honestly, like, you're paying to learn from all my mistakes too. Not only are you going to learn how I got myself in Forbes magazine, but you're also going to learn what mistakes I made to crash my business, right? Like, it goes both ways. I'm going to teach you the good, the bad, and the who knows, as Greg always says. So it's been 25 minutes. I'm getting super tired. Do you guys have questions? If you have questions, type them below. I didn't realize it had been so long. I'm exhausted. The Denver air is making me so tired. So once again, I'm Emily Benson. I'm the founder of Stylish and Successful, author of the Ultimate Boutique Handbook, which is available on Amazon and iBooks. That's an Apple thing. And I'm running a program that starts on Monday called the 6-Figure Blueprint. I also am running a free webinar this Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll post the registration form under here. You need to register by putting your email in so I can send you the login data, the login details for that webinar. So I highly suggest you get in on that at least today or tomorrow, because the spaces are going to fill up fast. I can only fit so many people in the webinar. And that webinar is called Skyrocket Your Stylish Business, 6 Mistakes to Avoid. So we're going to be talking about all these mistakes that I see everyone making, and why they're driving me crazy, and why you need to learn how to fix the mistakes so you can skyrocket your stylish business. So thanks for joining me. I'm going to sign off now. Adios.